Hi everybody, this is Gary Dean with Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Sunday, June 30th, 2024. So Friday was a pretty wild day, and I had explained in the morning notes that we took a straddle trade right around midday on Thursday, meaning that actually it was a little bit towards the end of the day. And really, the trade was that the PCI number was going to, and it was the last day of options expiration. So I kind of knew we were going to have a very volatile morning. So basically, what this trade is you buy we bought the 54.90 calls, and we bought the 54.70. So we just needed price to go up or down. It didn't make a difference. This is our market neutral, and we were just expecting volatility. And honestly, for these types of trades, it's the best thing that possibly could have happened. I didn't stay in it the whole time. Once we got up to these levels here, this is right when I closed the trade. It was for a 50% gain. I had 10 contracts, cost me $23,000, and the profit, I believe, was right around $12,000. So it worked out exactly as it. But on this part, what I was getting at is I closed both the long and the short because I was getting $1 for that. But that was the whole profit. Anybody that held on would have made profit on the downside too. So they would have, they probably would have made close to 300%, I would assume, because you're talking about, we were down at the 54.70 level pretty early on. So they were giving a really nice premium for those. So I know one person, did stay in, and she stayed until this gap was closed, and then closed the trade. So she did really, really well with it. But this is it. This is, you have to really, the main thing is knowing what types of trades to get into. Because if we would have gotten into any kind of condor trade, we would have probably been stopped out of these pretty quickly just because the market's moving so fast. So what we either have to do is, and you just take a vertical. So you're not taking the upside and the downside. You're just taking the downside. So on Friday, Thursday, when we had this move, we simply did the 5500, 5505 was the credit spread that we did, and never even came close to it. So we did very well on this one. We did very well with the straddle trade as well. And I didn't even put anything else on. I just really wanted to relax on Friday. So let's get to where this leads us now. One thing, we made the new highs here again. Is that completing the wave 5? I'm not sure. We have to wait and see on this one. It's just moving really, really fast, and every time we think it's in, we're getting the moves in the opposite direction. So I'm kind of going to let Mr. Market tell us what to do on this one, because it's kind of all over the place. So we do have the 5 waves. We have bearish divergences on the 60-minute chart. If the bulls can get above the 55.20, which was my pivot on Friday, the morning notes, then we're looking at a move coming probably someplace up into the 55.50 level. So that's where we want to keep an eye on. The support is right here. It's right where we found support on Friday. And that's the 54.46. That's the panic line, because if we lose this, then we're coming straight down to the 5400 level. So this is where you ride this down. If we're staying within this, I'm still like the idea of shorting rallies whenever we get up to these levels. And my anticipation is that we're going to get a decent nail biter. From what I've read, I don't know how true it is, but supposedly July 1st is one of the most bullish days of the year. So we got to keep that in mind. But in any case, we have 5 waves up right now. We have bearish divergences. We have bearish divergences on that weekly chart. So every chart, every time period, we have it. And I'm on the side that we're going to come down and probably I'm looking at least testing this 5160 with a very good chance of it coming down and testing these lows here down at the 49.50, because that would allow the bulls to refuel on gas. We'd be right near support. We would be near a moving average, and then that would set up a nice long trade. Now, one thing, if something like that does happen and we come come here, you can see that they get to be making a big head and shoulders pattern. So we got to keep an eye on that. We're still waiting for the head to be formed. So I'm not saying this is going to be in play, but I'm still, I'm on the side that we're going to, within the next couple months, we're going to be testing these levels here, and then probably just proceed higher as we, after the elections on it. So that's really about it. If we head higher, keep an eye on that 55.50. If we head lower and we take out this 54.46, then we're coming down to 5,400. So with that, have a great night, and I will talk to you guys in the morning.